Why has no car ever officially gone 350 miles per hour? Think about that. We feel like we've conquered speed. We crushed 300 miles per hour. A Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus tasted glory with a one-way run of 304 mph. Yet the official record for the fastest production car is a blistering 295 mph average set by the SSC Tuatara. Koenigsegg SWEARS their Jesco Absolute can shatter 330 mph in simulations, but 350, that's a completely different universe. You can't just throw more horsepower at it. If it were that simple, it would have been done. No, at these speeds, you're literally declaring war on the laws of physics. Today, we break down the 5 insane, brutal hurdles that have stopped every hypercar from Bugatti to Koenigsegg dead in its tracks. This is a war against reality itself, and you're not going to believe what number 1 is. Number section 1. The invisible wall of air. The first and most powerful barrier is a monster you can't even see. It's the very air we breathe. At 60 miles per hour, air is a gentle breeze. At 200, it feels like a hurricane. But at 350, it becomes a solid, raging, invisible wall. The soul-crushing physics, aerodynamic drag, the force of air fighting you, increases with the square of your speed. That means if you double your speed, the air shoves you back 4 times harder. But the power you need to overcome it. That's where it gets truly nightmarish. The power needed scales with the cube of your speed. That in perspective, a Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus with its 16.0 horsepower was engineered to kiss 300 miles per hour. To even dream of 350, you'd need a heart-stopping 3,000 to 5,000 horsepower just to battle the air. Car designers are absolutely obsessed with making cars slippery. They chase a drag coefficient, or CD. The Koenigsegg Jesco Absolute, with its simulated top speed of 330 mph, has a mind-bendingly low CD of just 0.278 because it has a long, elegant tail and bravely ditched its giant wing. It's less a car and more a land missile. It's the cruel paradox. To keep from becoming an airplane, you need downforce from wings to glue the car to the ground. And what do wings create? Drag. More stability means more drag and a lower top speed. It's an impossible, agonizing seesaw, and at 350 mph, that seesaw is balanced. Section 2. The battle for stability. Screaming across more than 513 feet every single second. At that speed, your car isn't a car anymore. It's a terrifying, low-flying aircraft that you are desperately trying to keep from taking off. Tiniest bump, a whisper of a cross-wrist twitch of the steering wheel can trigger absolute catastrophe. If air burrows under the car, it creates lift. It's game over in a heartbeat. To fight this, engineers use aerodynamics to generate thousands of pounds of downforce, essentially using the air against itself to pin the car to the tarmac. Bugatti Chiron, for instance, use a clever active wing to create immense downforce, but as we said, that wing is also an anchor of drag. This is where you see the genius in cars like the SSC Tuatara, which hit a two-way average of 295 mph. It's sculpted like an upside-down airplane wing, generating downforce without needing huge, draggy appendages, which is why it has a stunningly low drag coefficient of 0.279. With perfect aerodynamics, the road itself becomes your enemy. When the Koenigsegg Agera RS set its 277.87 mph record, the team was terrified of the tiny bumps on the highway. At 350 mph, a bump of just a couple of centimeters could launch the car into an uncontrollable spin. Section 3. The tire conundrum. Okay, if the air is an invisible wall, the tires are the car's tragic flaw. They are the only 4 hand-sized patches of rubber connecting your multi-million-dollar masterpiece to the road. Enemy here is a purely violent force. Centrifugal force. At 350 mph, your tires are spinning nearly 60 times a second. The force is so immense, so savage, it's trying to literally rip the tire into a million shreds. They famously developed special Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires for the Bugatti Chiron Super Sport 300 Plus. To be sure they wouldn't just disintegrate, they were tested on machines built for the space shuttle at speeds over 318 mph. And that was just for 300. At 350, it's believed that even these custom carbon fiber reinforced tires would be torn apart. Worse, As a tire spins that fast, it stretches out, deforming in the middle in a terrifying effect called ballooning. This dramatically shrinks the part of the tire actually touching the road, the contact patch. A smaller contact patch means less grip, less stability, and a one-way ticket to disaster. Just a scary theory. The infamous Devel 16, with its absurd 5,007 horsepower claim, has been trapped in development hell for over a decade. One of the biggest, most humbling reasons they've admitted to. No tire company on earth can build a street-legal tire that can withstand that kind of power and speed. Until someone invents a true super tire. Section 4. The unbearable heat. Every part of a car that moves creates heat. At 350 miles per hour, that heat isn't just a byproduct. It's an inferno threatening to consume the car from the inside out. Start with the engine. A Bugatti Chiron's W16 engine is already a nuclear reactor on wheels. It famously has 10 radiators just to keep it from melting into a puddle of exotic metals. Now, try to imagine the fury of the 3,000 plus horsepower engine needed for 350 mph. The heat would be apocalyptic. The engine, the turbos, everything would be glowing, screaming, and on the verge of a catastrophic meltdown. You'd need gigantic cooling systems, but bigger radiators mean more weight and more soul-crushing drag. Of the tires and brakes, the air inside the tires could reach boiling temperatures, creating a terrifying risk of a blowout. And if you even thought about tapping the brakes at that speed, they would likely glow white-hot and fail instantly. At 350 mph, the friction from air molecules racing over the car's body can generate so much heat that it could weaken the carbon fiber structure itself.